Thanks for doing the invocation. Will the House come to order? Mr. Clerk.
Aloha and good afternoon. Today's invocation will be delivered by Representative Nadine K. Nakamura. Will the members who wish to participate please rise?
I'm glad we all survived St. Patrick's Day, and I survived my son's 21st birthday last night. I'd like to offer this short prayer reflecting my Eastern Tendikyo faith and my Western Episcopalian faith. Let's pray. Dear God the Parent, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here in this chamber, to serve in the 31st Legislature, and to represent this beautiful state of Hawaii. Thank you for my colleagues and for the different perspectives that are shared in conversations, in hearings, and on this very floor. Thank you for our good health so that we can continue to do the work in each of our districts. Thank you for our incredible office staff and legislative staff who have stepped up in so many ways to get us through this pandemic and this one-of-a-kind legislative session. And most of all, thank you for our family and friends who make serving possible. Tendiono mikoto and amen.
Thank you, Representative. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Aquino, Ms. Bellotti, Mr. Bronco, Mr. Cullen, Ms. DeCoit, Ms. Eli, Mr. Ganaden, Mr. Gates, Ms. Har,
Present.
Mr. Hashem, Mr. Hashimoto, Mr. Holt, Ms. Ichiyama, Mr. Ilagan, Mr. Johansson, Ms. Capella, Ms. Kitagawa, Mr. Bertrand Kobayashi, Mr. Dale Kobayashi, Mr. Kong, Mr. Lopresti, Ms. Lowen, Ms. Luke, Ms. Martin, Mr. Matayoshi, Ms. Matsumoto, Mr. McDermott, Mr. McKelvey, Ms. Morikawa, Ms. Nakamura, Mr. Nakashima, Mr. Nishimoto, Mr. Ono, Ms. Okimoto, Mr. Onishi, Ms. Peruso, Mr. Quinlan, Mr. Saiki, Mr. Sayama, Mr. Takayama, Mr. Takumi, Mr. Tam, Mr. Tarnas, Mr. Todd, Mr. Tokioka, Mr. Ward, Ms. Wildberger, Mr. Woodson, Mr. Yamane, Mr. Yamashita, Mr. Speaker.
Here.
Mr. Speaker, all 51 members are present.
And thank you. Reading of the Journal, Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 20th through the 23rd days and approve the same as though read throughout.
Thank you, Representative Matsumoto.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that the journal days 20 through 23 be approved. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed saying no. The motion is carried. Mr. Clerk, are there any messages from the governor?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, are there any Senate communications?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Thank you. Representative Bellotti.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Report numbers 996 through 1014 as listed on pages 1 through 6, and that the accompanying Senate bills as may be amended pass second reading and be referred to their designated committees.
Thank you, Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you very much, members. Page 1, Stand Council Report Number 996, discussion. Page 2, 997, 998, 999, 1000. Top of page 3, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Top of page 4, 1005, 1006, 1007. Yes,
Speaker.
Representative Ward.
1006, if we could go back.
Okay, let's go back. I was going at a pretty rapid pace. Senate Report Number 1006, Representative Ward.
That was, yes, very fast. Mr. Speaker, for now, I want to speak briefly with reservations.
Please proceed with reservations.
This is a very well-intended bill. It asks that we vote for a clean environment. Everybody needs a clean environment. Everybody should demand one. But what we've got here is a real liability, because we've had bills like this in the past where it says the Bill of Rights for health, the Bill of Rights for housing, and the state is liable, legally liable. If we don't provide that, there's going to be a plethora of lawsuits. So until I find out the legal standing of a, quote, liability for the environment, because there's a lot of places where the environment is not safe nor healthy here, how much this is going to actually cost if it does pass, and then implement it and adjudicate it to where we are not able to afford it. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Okimoto.
We're on SANCOM report number 1006, correct?
Correct.
Okay, no vote, please.
No vote. So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Representative McDermott.
A no vote.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion. Stand Council Report Number 1006. Thank you, members. Stand Council Report Number 1007. Discussion. 1008. Top of page 5. 1009. Discussion. Representative McDermott.
No vote. Comments in the journal, please.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion. Representative Ward.
Speaker, strong support. Comments
Strong
in the
support.
journal, please.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion. 1009. Thank you, members. 1010. Stand Council Report 1010. Discussion. 1011. Representative Ward.
Speaker, 1010, please.
Yes, let's finish 1011. We'll go back to 1010. Discussion on 1011. If not, thank you. Chair recognizes Rep. Ward. We're on Stand Council Report Number 10.
With reservations, please.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion, 1010. If not, thank you very much. We're going to move on to Stand Council Report Number 1012. Discussion. Representative Okimoto.
No vote, please.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Representative Tokioka.
No vote.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion. Representative Tokioka.
Yeah, thank you, Speaker. And can I ask permission to put comments into the journal?
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Again, members are still on Stand Council Report Number 1012. Further discussion. If not, thank you, members. Top of page 6. Stand Council Report Number 1013. Discussion. If not, thank you. Stand Council Report Number 1014. Discussion. Representative Dale Kobayashi, followed by Representative Okimoto.
No vote.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Representative Okimoto.
Same request, please.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative Ward.
No vote, brief explanation why no.
Please proceed in opposition.
Mr. Speaker, everyone knows that my office did a study in 2018 regarding the Hawaiians not having the land which they lost, of which we have 203,000 acres for the Department of Hawaiian Homelands to put the Hawaiians back on. And this actually is another land grab, if you will, by which you can reclassify lands of which then they can never be reclaimed again because of the new status that this bill gives. So if anybody's pro-Hawaiian, native Hawaiian, if we are super sovereignty or mild sovereignty, this is not a good bill because it's about the indigenous population and a return to the land by taking away the land of which from the great Mahele to the present has always been an issue. And if anybody loves the Aina, it's the Hawaiian people, and this is bad business for the Hawaiian people. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. Further discussion, members? Yes, Representative Branco, followed by Representative Eli.
Thank you. With reservations and brief comments?
So ordered. Please proceed with reservations.
Thank you. So HHFDC did a report in December 2019 and discovered that there are 117,000 Native Hawaiian households, and 12,700 of them are actually serviced by DHHL, which leaves 104,000 of Native Hawaiian households that are not serviced. And so I do believe that this measure could assist what HHFDC is doing in coordination with OHA, could help Native Hawaiians. But I also have to mention that with this measure, we have to decouple the issue. We have to make sure it's not convoluted, that housing for Native Hawaiians is not the same as claims for Native Hawaiians' ancestral lands. And so we need to make that clear. Mahalo.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Eli.
No vote and permission to insert comments.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Representative Capella.
No vote, please. Thank
So
you.
ordered. Thank you, Representative. Representative Caruso.
No vote.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion, Representative Sayama, followed by Representative Decoit.
With reservations, Mr. Speaker.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Representative Decoit.
No vote and permission to insert comments to the journal.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion, Representative Wahlberger.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, with reservations.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative McKelvey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, with reservations.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Lopresti.
Reservations.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative Tokioka.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Matsumoto, followed by Representative Gates.
Reservation.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative Gates.
Reservation.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion on this side? If not, we're going to go to the middle. Representative Ganadin.
No vote, Mr. Speaker.
So ordered. Please proceed in opposition.
Mr. Speaker, this may not survive scrutiny by the Supreme Court should an organization like the Native Hawaiian Legal Corp, which submitted testimony, were they to take a plaintiff and argue this in the court, it may not survive. Act 176 in 2009 allowed for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs to get rights of first refusal for the sale of public lands as articulated in this bill. It requires agencies to receive the legislative approval prior to the sale of just these kinds of parcels. The parcels have not yet been designated. This would allow developers to cut their timeline by about a year. It's important that we allow the public to weigh in on these things and to allow good law to stay good law. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Further discussion? I'm on the middle aisle, then I'm going to go to the left, then I'm going to go back to the right. Anyone else? Middle section? Okay, thank you. To my left, discussion. If not, thank you very much. Representative Holt.
Thank you, Speaker, with reservations.
So ordered.
And I would just like to note that many other measures to benefit Native Hawaiians have not even received a hearing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Representative. Any further discussion, members? Okay, if not, we're going to be taking a voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Members, are there any announcements? Yes, Representative Capella, followed by Representative Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 2 days ago, 8 women were murdered in Atlanta, Georgia, in an act of mass gun violence. 6 of the slain women were of Asian ancestry and ethnicity. While police are still investigating the killer's motive, we cannot deny that that incident represents an act of racial terror against Asians and Asian Americans in our nation. As COVID-19 has surged across our shores, anti-Asian racism has soared as well. Too often in our society, violence against women is combined with men's sexual aggression. Women, especially women of Asian and Pacific Islander ancestry, are exoticized as objects of male fantasies whose value is determined by their ability to satisfy a man's urges. As a young woman of color and as a service provider for survivors of sex trafficking, I believe that we must take a strong stance and stand against the intolerance and misogyny in our communities. Accordingly, I'm asking if at the appropriate time, we may hold a moment of silence for the Atlanta shooting victims and the women throughout our entire world who have lost their lives to extremist hate and gender violence. Thank you.
Yes, at the appropriate time. Thank you, Representative. Representative Ward, followed by Representative Hashem.
Chair, this is just a friendly reminder, Mr. Speaker, that the fellowship luncheon will proceed directly after the session, and they are to pick up their luncheons in room 402, which is your office, correct?
Correct.
And 402, and we shall proceed from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Ward. Yes, Representative Hashem, followed by Representative Belatti.
Speaker, your Committee on Agriculture requests a waiver of the 48-hour notice to requirement for the purpose of hearing the following measure, SB 186 HD1 on Friday, March 19, 2021 at 10 a.m. in room 325.
Thank you very much. So ordered. Representative Belatti.
Thank you, Speaker. I just wanted to join in with the representative from Kailua Kona, but I would also like to say that on behalf of all of the House, and particularly on many of the leaders in this House, like the representative from Upcountry Maui, who is taking a national stand and joining with Asian American members from across the nation to fight against this issue of racial injustice, that we acknowledge that there is much work to be done and that many members in our chamber are doing that work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. Further announcements, members? Okay, if not, there are no further announcements. Chair would like to remind members of today's triple referral filing deadline. Any bills moving from their first committees to their second committees in a triple referral, you must file your committee reports with the clerk's office by 7 p.m. this evening. Please allow yourself and your staff sufficient time to file your reports before the deadline. Okay, for the motion to adjourn, Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House stand adjourned until 12 o'clock noon tomorrow.
Thank you. Representative Matsumoto.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. The House stands adjourned until 12 noon tomorrow. Members, can we all stand for a moment of silence? Thank you, members.